Veena Kumaravel. Once you were refused to take loan from 50 plus banks, but now you created a brand which is an unavoidable one to the society.
Let's welcome our speaker of the day, Mrs. Veena Kumaravel, founder Naturals Saloon, to the dais.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mrs. Veena Kumaravel, and the stage is all yours, ma'am.
A very happy afternoon to all of you, and thank you, Bala, for inviting me over. So we've heard a lot of raw stories, a lot of them who have achieved so much and who have faced a lot of challenges. So to talk about my journey, I would say I was more privileged because I did my education in Chennai. I had a very comfortable, childhood, and then of course there was always this urge to do something. Wanted to do something on my own, and that happened after the children were born and started school. So then, then I said yes, I had to do something, and that's how Natural started. It was not very easy, because there were various opportunities. Like when you want to do something and when you want to do from home, the first thought that came in was like a play school or a boutique and a salon. Salon and it was a very taboo industry. Nobody wanted to start a beauty parlor because adena mudi vettra kada endam pesuvanga. So it was not a very nobody encouraged to start it, or it was run in a small வீட்லயே ஒரு ரூம்ல வந்து a beautician will do a course. யாரும் படிக்கல, படிப்பு வரல, ஒரு 10th க்கு அப்புறமா எதுவும் பண்றதுக்கு மேலே படிக்க போலனா then you can இந்த ஒரு கோர்ஸ் ஒரு few months பண்ணிட்டு வீட்ல பண்ண, அப்படி தான் it was looked at. I think the best decision we took that day was to start the salon. And appo pathina saloons were like that, not very well kept, nalla products use panna matanga. So, and otherwise it was in a very big 5-star hotel and not everybody would be comfortable going there. So andha madri situation irukkodha we decided, okay, let's start a saloon which is affordable and also gives the ambience of a 5-star to customers. So apdi aarambichadhu da Naturals, and it was a tough journey because the first thing is when you want to start something, what do you want to do? That was the first question that comes up in everybody's minds. That's all. The next is, where do you get the money? Banks were not too willing. As I said, it was not looked at as an industry. Adu vandu veetla or chinna kada vechi pandrathu adukku ivlo investment theviya, because at that point of time we were looking at around 20-30 lakhs of investment for a saloon in that facility kuduthu pandradhukku it needed that much. So none of the banks, as she said, a lot of them refused. So then what do? You had to depend on your friends, family, borrow, and that's how we started. That was the next challenge that came up was, where do you get the resource? Because at the time yarum academy illa schools illa to train people. So we were there, or saloon aarambikna you need at least 10 people to work with you, and appdin paakumbodhu yarum and the qualified people was very difficult to get. So that of course was one challenge that we overcame by trying to get people from the northeast angarindala kootittu vandu we started an academy, and we managed to solve that problem. So this problem came. Before this was growth. When we started with around 5 saloons, we were able to manage by ourselves. My husband also joined me in the business by that time, and we had about 5-6 saloons we were running between ourselves. But we realized that we could not handle more than that. In the saloon industry, it's a hospitality industry, and you need to be there on the floor. So we started looking at how to, when we were looking at expanding, we were wondering where, how do you get people to join us in this business? So we looked at franchising. So we tried to put an ad, get people to join us in this journey. But we realized that we were not known. Naturals at that time was just a saloon, யாருக்கும் ஒன்றும் பெருசாக தெரியல. And then we were wondering how to go about it. So அப்படின்னு இருக்கும்போது this idea of partnering, because people would trust you if you were also investing in it. So we realized, okay, அடுத்து இப்படி போகலான்னுட்டு we started asking our friends and relatives and seeing us doing this business and seeing us, or decenta we were making money, because when we started we wanted to make 60,000. It took us almost 5-6 years to reach where we were then. Then we had our friends, my cousins, they were interested. So avanga vandu said, okay, if you are willing to invest 50%, we will put in money and then you guide us on how to do business. So அப்படினு தான் we then moved on. ஒரு 20-30 சலூன் அந்த மாதிரி தான் பார்ட்னர் பண்ணி திறந்தோம். அண்ட் தென் த கோயிங் வாஸ் குட். People started looking at it as a lucrative industry, why not? And so there we are today at almost 700 plus saloons with more than 300 to 400 women who have partnered with us. But what I would say is, all along, it is not, what we built or what that gives us satisfaction. What has been very satisfying is a lot of women have joined us in this journey, and they have, some of them were housewives, some of them were working in IT, have quit their jobs and taken this as business. And also in terms of employment, if you see, earlier a hairdresser was looked at as he was not recognized in society. He would be, in fact, even treated as an outcast. இப்போ நம்ம முன்னாடியெல்லாம் முடி வெட்டுறதுக்குன்னா வெளியில் உட்கார வச்சு வீட்டில் அவங்கள வீட்டுக்கு வெளியிலே தான் வச்சுருப்பாங்க, முடி வெட்டிட்டு அமுச்சு விட்டுருவாங்க. But today, you all must be knowing, it's become a fashion industry, and a hairdresser, a hairstylist earns up to almost 1,00,000 rupees today. And he's looked at as a fashion stylist. So the thing is, what we've brought about is a total change in the industry, and have organized the industry and given it a respectable, this thing. So that's been the journey, and today, we have academies across where we train people. Train a lot of youngsters to join this. In fact, we have collaborations with colleges, and it has opened up the market for a lot of youngsters to join this fashion industry. So thank you so much, and best wishes to all of you, all these young women. And in the meanwhile, I would like to share a couple of stories of people who have started off with, I had a person he was a valet driver in one of our saloons, and he used to see these hairdressers, and panna paatadum he wanted to learn. So he took a course, learned hairdressing, started working as a hairdresser with one of our saloons. Then next level he said, I would like to start a salon on my own. And today he has more than 2 saloons, and he's running it very successfully. So, you don't have to be, money or resource does not have to be a challenge. If you have the passion, if you have the desire, you could start off from nothing, but you can always grow to the level that you want to or you dream of. And somewhere I just read this small quote about change. It says, change after the change, you will survive. Change with change, you will succeed. But if you be the change, you will be the leader. So all of you are here to be leaders. So best wishes to you, and thank you so much for this opportunity.